Imagine engineering a weapon so absolute that the moment it is activated, the only safe response is to run for your life. This is how an ancient promise managed to turn a supreme god into prey. The demon Bhasmasura sought the power to rule all three realms of existence. To force the universe to answer him, he endured years of extreme physical penance, abandoning all food and water, until his discipline became impossible to ignore. His target was Lord Shiva, the god known as Bholinath. Shiva is defined by his asceticism and tendency to be easily moved by pure devotion. Seeing the demon's sacrifice, Shiva appeared to him and offered a single boon. Bhasmasura requested a terrifyingly specific power, the ability to instantly reduce any living being to ash, simply by placing his right hand on their head. Shiva granted the request immediately. This act established an immutable parameter, a divine rule that, once woven into the fabric of reality, could not be revoked or overwritten, even by the one who created it. But the discipline that earned the power vanished the moment it was granted. Bhasmasura's devotion mutated into a toxic, blinding arrogance. He was no longer a seeker, he was an apex threat. Bhasmasura realized that to claim the universe and Shiva's wife, Parvati, he only had to eliminate one person. He decided to test his new weapon on Shiva himself. Shiva was suddenly trapped by his own legal framework. He could not strike the demon down without violating the very rule he had authored. Stripped of his divine authority by his own word, he fled into the rugged peaks of Mount Kailash. The creator of the weapon was now being hunted by it, sprinting across the Himalayas to stay ahead of an irreversible curse. The universe faced a systemic crisis. An unstoppable force was loose, and the fundamental laws of reality prevented any direct physical intervention. The solution would have to come from outside the realm of force. Shiva sought refuge with Lord Vishnu, the preserver of the universe and its most capable strategic mind. Vishnu recognized that since the immutable parameter could not be broken, it had to be bypassed through a psychological exploit. He would not fight the demon's hand, he would target the demon's mind. Vishnu transformed into the Mohini avatar, a spectacularly beautiful, enchanting dancer, and positioned himself directly in the demon's path. The distraction was flawless. Bhasmasura's ego-driven desires took over, causing him to abandon the chase. He stood before Mohini and immediately proposed marriage. This reaction highlighted a critical vulnerability. Absolute power often degrades a subject's situational awareness. Bhasmasura was so consumed by his own status that he failed to see the trap manifesting in front of him. Mohini agreed to the marriage on one condition. Bhasmasura had to perfectly mirror her dance moves, matching every step and gesture exactly. Driven by hubris, the demon agreed. He believed his new power made him capable of mastering any task, including a dance. The trap relied on cognitive overload. As Mohini increased the speed and complexity of the movements, Bhasmasura had to dedicate his total mental bandwidth to the act of mirroring her. This intense focus forced him to lose track of his physical surroundings and the lethal nature of his own hand. He was no longer a hunter, he was a reflection. At the height of the dance, Mohini moved with fluid precision, bringing her hand up and resting it on her own head. Without a second of thought, Bhasmasura mirrored the gesture and slapped his own hand onto the crown of his head. He was instantly reduced to a pile of ash.
facing an overwhelming force requires more than a larger weapon. Victory in this myth came through the strategic patience needed to let a threat defeat itself.